friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea and welcome to the start of a new reading vlog. It is the Tuesday after a holiday weekend and I did in fact travel with my husband and some of our friends to celebrate a very big birthday, and we went sans children. It was like so wonderful, but coming back from that has been rough. We got back so late last night. My house is a disaster. So we need to like get our life together a little bit, which we're gonna be doing today. But I don't think this whole vlog is going to be that, because we are also celebrating over on Tori's Patreon, the Girl Rot Readathon. And I'm so excited. She started this readathon last year and it was only for a weekend. And this year it's for a whole week. And I'm just like so excited to jump into it. I haven't even had any coffee today. Let's like take a moment to have the first sip of coffee. So good. The fact that I haven't had any coffee today is kind of astounding, but that's just like where my mind's at. Okay, so we've got our whole journal spread. I will show you like closer up the whole spread, but we've got a bingo board. I've got a section of like books that I want to read this week, things that I want to watch this week, and then like some activities I want to do, because I do want to do a couple of like fun little activities, maybe like do a puzzle, do some baking, some things like that. We're just trying to be cozy, and I think that's perfect after coming off of like a big trip. I just like need to get back to cozy. I'm not trying to do anything big this month. It's the start of the year, but I really just want to like lean into like winter and being cozy. So we've got a bingo board as well. Lots of things on here that I can check off. I believe this readathon actually started on Sunday, but because I was out of town, I like didn't really focus on it until today. So we're going to be doing this throughout the week, and I think I can check off a couple of things on here already, which is fantastic. But that's what we're kind of going to be focusing on this week. I do have quite a few books I want to read because I'm also behind on my 31 books to read in 31 days. So this vlog is kind of encompassing a lot of different things. I'm apologizing right now up front because I feel like it's going to be a little chaotic, but that's just how I'm feeling. Like in my life right now is a little chaotic. So let's start to like iron out some of this chaos and get back to normal and just like get back to cozy. But I am currently, I think, on book number 16 of 31. So I am a few books behind. There are several books I want to read. I do have an audiobook I need to finish. I'm currently reading Conform by Ariel Sullivan. Is that correct? I don't know. I'll pop it up here. I'm really enjoying this book. It's not like an all-star read, but so far it's kept me engaged. It's really kept me going. It's like a dystopian, The Handmaid's Tale meets, it's kind of giving like, it's almost like The Handmaid's Tale meets The Selection, maybe. Yeah, I would say The Selection, like different groups of people hold a much more power than the rest of the population. And I don't know, it's fun. I feel like there's a twist coming, and there's obviously going to be some sort of rebellion because it is a dystopian society. So like I'm enjoying this. I only have it on audio. So when I left for my trip, I wasn't able to really listen to it because I wasn't doing much reading, to be honest. So I have to get back to this. I'm 60% through this book, 60% through this book. So this is going to be my main focus. I also am on book 3 in the Sparrow Falls series by Catherine Cowles. I'm having the best time with this series. It's so fun. This is a hockey romance, small town single mom. And it's just, this series is exactly what I needed it to be. I read it on the plane. I started this series on this trip, and I read the first 2 like on the planes and while I was at the pool. So I'm just like having the best time with this series, and I want to finish book 3 before like swapping to a completely different genre or like completely different series, because now that I'm home, I'm back with my physical books, and we do have quite a few of those to get through this week. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be reading. Honestly, we'll just kind of like mood read as well through this week and see where life takes me. I have a couple of audiobooks I need to read because they are going to go back to the library soon. So we'll probably get looking at those after I finish Conform. And I do think that the like Amazon Valentine's romance series comes out this week, maybe today. There are 6 like novellas that popular romance authors have written for the Valentine's season, and I really want to read these. I think it'll help me catch up on my 31 books to read in 31 days challenge, but also they're like such a vibe. I'm not sure I'm gonna binge them all in one day. I have done that before, and I think I kind of like get worn down by them, but if I can read a couple every day, that would be so fun. They're usually all under 100 pages, like closer to 50 to 75 pages, and it's just like the perfect little taste of romance. So if I'm reading a fantasy book, I can pop over and get like a little bit of romance in and then pop back to a fantasy. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for this week. I don't know, we'll see where life takes us. I have a lot to get to. You can't see the mess behind the screen, but like there are suitcases everywhere, there's clothes everywhere. I did go grocery shopping this morning, so that is a good thing. I need to do some laundry, I need to put lots of things away, and I need to get started on my cozy week. So let's do something. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along with me. Let's see what we get up to this week. Okay, I'm feeling slightly better about the state of my house. I have worked out, which is great, and like the suitcases, most of the suitcases are unpacked and we've got laundry going, but I need to like, I don't know, there's just like piles of stuff everywhere in the house, like in each room. So I need to like clean some of that up and put them in the right place. So I'm gonna do like a power cleaning for 30 minutes. I'm gonna set a timer. I'm gonna start my audiobook back up again and kind of get into that before I give you like what my actual thoughts are, because I feel like earlier I just was saying nothing. So we're gonna get some actual thoughts into this vlog about Conform, but first I need to like get back into it and really like figure out where I am and where the story is going and like how I'm actually feeling about it. So I'm gonna set a timer right now and hopefully we can get a little bit of this stuff like more organized. A bit of work done at the house, which makes me so happy. I feel like my life is a little bit less chaotic than it was this morning, and I was able to run a few errands and get some stuff like out of the house. I also forgot that I had a couple of books to pick up at the library, and I did have a couple of returns too, so that worked out really well. I ended up picking up a couple books for my kid, just basic. We read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and now he wants to read like all Roald Dahl books, so we got the BFG from the library, so we'll probably start this one very soon. And then I've been really enjoying getting DVDs from the library. It feels like Blockbuster, especially ones that you can't like get on streaming, like you have to pay for. And I don't know if you can actually stream this, but I saw Sinners. We have not seen this yet, and I've heard incredible things, so I thought this could be fun for our like date night movie night this weekend. So I don't know, I've heard really good things. I also am not like the craziest like horror fan, but this is giving like a little horror vibe, so hopefully I will be okay with this one. I don't know, we'll see. I did get quite a bit of Conform read. That's the name of it, right? Conform. I think I had said it was like the selection, but it's actually giving more like Delirium vibes. I don't know if you guys read all of those dystopian books in like the mid to late 2000s, but we've got like the oppressor and the oppressed communities. Our main character, Emmeline, is in the oppressed community, and she is like looked down upon because she has a defect, like a physical defect. She has, what is that, heterochromia. Her eyes are two different colors, and she is actually from an elite family, but they kind of banished her from the elite society because of her defect, and she has been like part of the oppressed community her whole life. And her main goal, and like the women's main goal from the defect population, is to be chosen to be a mate or to like be a partner for someone for a little bit of time, like an elite male, so you can procreate and grow the population. And so they have all these like very specific tests, and they go through all of these things to make sure that their body is like prime for becoming, you know, a mate for someone. And she gets selected to be a mate for a person that is very high up in the elite society. Like he is in like the ruling class, and she kind of gets involved and like starts to see a lot of things that she realizes are not right. There's a little bit of a love triangle. There's obviously like a rebellious group who's, you know, underground, and she doesn't really know about them until she kind of discovers some things and falls in line with them. So I wouldn't say this is anything like completely
unique. Like, I've read this story before, but I am having a good time with it. Like, it's reading really quickly, it's easy to understand. I am kind of liking the way that this world is built. I'm just not like, wow, this is the most unique, coolest thing I've ever read. So right now it's feeling like a 3.5, 4-star. Like, it's written really well. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying the audiobook, but I wouldn't say it's like a 5-star, out of this world, loving this book. So I don't know, I'm feel like I'm listening to it a little bit slowly, only because I started it so long ago, but it is reading rather quickly. So I just need to like kind of focus and get back into it, and I think I would finish it pretty quickly. I don't know what I'm gonna read tonight. I'll let you know when I sit down with my Kindle, but I'm gonna pick up my kid from school, and I haven't really like hung out with him for a few days, so hopefully we'll have like a fun afternoon. I kind of want to bake something. I don't know, we'll see what we get up to, but that was my day so far, and I'll let you know when I finish Conform and how I feel about it. I do feel like this is the first in a new series. Like, there's no way that this book can end with a happily ever after, like, or with everything like wrapped up at this point in the story. So I need to look into that and see like how many books are in the series, what's going on, because I actually don't know.
Last night, as you saw, I picked up the Amazon like novellas, romance novellas. I can never remember the names of these. I read Accidentally Yours and Time Will Tell. That's books 1 and 2 in the series. I might end up reading all 6. We'll see. And I have enjoyed these. It was kind of interesting. Both of them were written in like email format. Like, every other chapter, if not more, was emails back and forth between our two main characters. And I do feel like the first book was from Christina Lauren, Accidentally Yours. And this one, I felt like the romance happened so fast. I mean, they both happened very quickly. The situation that they were in, it felt a little bit iffy to me, like a little borderline. They do work together, but in like a consulting, like freelance type of way. So not necessarily employer-employee, but not employer-employee. So it felt a little, I don't know. I didn't love that dynamic, but I did enjoy like the overall plot and the connection that these two had and kind of how they fell in love. It was very cute. And I felt the same about Time Will Tell. I don't know. I don't really have like a lot to say about these because they're both like less than 100 pages. It is a very quick romance. You know what's going to happen, but it's just like they're fun. They're easy to read. It's like a little taste of each author's writing, which I really appreciate. I'm going to go ahead and read the third one. This one is by Julie Soto. It's called Second Act Romance, and I think this one has to do with like a musical theater background, something of that nature. So this one could be really fun, or I could be like really on the outside if I don't know all of the references that they're talking about. This morning I went to my friend's house and we had a little craft morning. It was very cute. And I made little punch cards. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but I made like little punch cards of things that I want to do this year, and each card like has a reward at the end of it. So like I read 10 books that I own and I can punch 10 things, and then I get to buy a physical book after I punch the card. It's kind of like, you know, when a restaurant or a coffee shop has a punch card and you get a reward after. So I made like, I don't know, 6 or 8 of these little cards, which I thought was so fun. I tried like 10 new recipes, and at the end I get 1 coffee after I tried 10 new recipes. So this was just for fun. We each made like different cards, and I thought that that was like a really cute little craft that we did together. So it's nice to have a little craft morning. We did that in December. It's kind of like becoming a monthly thing. We did it in December. We made these like gingerbread house garlands, which is very cute. And I think we might pick up mahjong. We might throw that in the mix. I don't know. We have a book club. We have our craft day. We're just like trying to come up with lots of things because this group of moms is like my community. It's kind of like our weekly, monthly meeting, if you will, as we are coworkers together. We don't have any other coworkers besides our children, so it's just like a really nice way to be social and like get outside the house. So that was a really fun morning, but I have a little bit of time now before I have to do a pickup, so I'm just gonna like sit and read, maybe catch up on some YouTube. I don't know, I'm trying to like be cozy for my girl rotathon weekend, and I like don't know what I'm missing. I need to do a puzzle, so I might get out a puzzle tomorrow. I think that would be really fun. And I don't know, just maybe like play a game with my kid and just be a little cozy. I did a craft, that's great. I haven't posted a book review, I need to do that. And I don't know, I need to get back into my audiobook. I would love to finish my audiobook soon. I feel like I was gonna do that yesterday and then that didn't happen, so I gotta get back to that. I feel like the week is like getting away from me a little bit. It's only Wednesday, but I feel like, oh my gosh, we're already halfway through our week because Monday was a holiday, so it feels like I'm a little off kilter. So I kind of like need to get back into a routine, but I'm also just like wanting to be cozy and rest. I don't know, I'm like not feeling 100%. I have a headache and I've got like, I don't know, I feel like I need to rest. My body needs to rest, like it needs to recover from my weekend, but also like get back into the swing of things. So I feel very conflicted about like what I should be doing and what I need to do. And so I think being productive is good, but also taking downtime is good. And I need to remind myself of that. Like both of those things are good. Both of those things are necessary. So I think I'm just gonna like enjoy my coffee and read this book and watch some YouTube and just like, I don't know, be alone for a little bit before I jump into like mom mode. We've got other things to do this afternoon too. And like the rest of the week is kind of busy. So this is like my little time that I have. So I'm gonna take advantage of that right now. And we'll see if I pick up 4, 5, and 6 of this series right now. I did say I was gonna bounce back and forth between these and other books, but so far I've just like been breezing through them. So we'll see. I don't know. We're mood reading. You can't tell me what to do. Well, I don't know what's going on with me this week. I have had like zero motivation. I think part of it is coming back from a trip is a lot, and it's kind of like you're on a high, 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 and then low, 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 getting back to reality. But I don't know, the weather is kind of gloomy. There's just like a lot of stuff happening personally that like is not getting me to be motivated. And I think part of this week, I was hoping to like get kind of like back into a routine. It's the beginning of the year, so I feel like it should still be like fresh and new and fun to get into a routine because it's, you know, new year and new month, and I don't know. I'm just not really prescribing to that this year. And I also feel like this readathon, this like girl rot readathon that we're doing over on Tori's channel is kind of like leaning into the cozy and leaning into like not no motivation, but just like being kind to yourself and being gentle. And I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like just be kind to myself. I'm not feeling well. I'm in a little bit of a low spot. That's okay. I'm trying to get like 2 things done a day, like around the house, to make sure I'm like feeling productive and things stay clean and picked up and like food is on the table and everything's kind of working in the right order. I'm just not like checking off as many boxes as I want to, and that's really hard for me. So I'm just trying to like let it ride out. It'll be fine. I know by next week this will pass. So if I'm going to like sit on the couch for a little bit this morning and like enjoy my coffee and enjoy my book, that's totally fine. I'm allowing myself to do that because I know like once school is out, like it's go, go, go time, and I need to like save my energy. So if I have low energy, I need to save it now so that I can have some later on when I have to actually like be present and be parenting. So that's what we're gonna do today. Does anybody else have like a home hobby bag? I have my home hobby bag. I got like my journal. I'm also reading a nonfiction book. I try to read a little bit every day. I don't know if I've talked about this on the channel, but I'm trying to read a little bit of nonfiction every day. I did skip like a week. Last week I didn't read anything, but the first part of the year I read a book of poetry, and then now I'm reading like a devotional journal, and this has been really good. I actually started this last year, so I'm pretty far along already, but I just read like a section a day, and it's been really nice, and I'm learning a ton, which has been really helpful. I've got like my book journal, I've got my planner, I've got my actual journal and my markers, and then I put my Kindle in there sometimes when I'm carrying it around the house, and it's just nice to have it like all in one spot. So I'm gonna work on my book journal a little bit. I'm gonna do some journaling. I'm gonna kind of like think through the rest of the month and like planning some stuff. I also really need to edit some vlogs. I haven't posted anything this month. I filmed a bunch and then just never post anything, and I think that's part of this like rut that I'm in, is like I'm not super happy with what I'm creating, and I just need to get out there. I just need to post stuff, and it's fine. Like, just I'm making the content, like just post it, and that's kind of where I'm getting stuck. I don't know if I'm like being too judgy of myself, like not enjoying what I'm making, and I just need to like get back to the basics. Like, what am I feeling? How am I feeling? What do I want to make? What do I want to read? Like, get back to that. I don't know, it's just been like a very weird start to the year. So I think I'm gonna kind of do some of that stuff this morning, maybe put on like an ASMR or something. I don't know, I'm just like feeling a little bit mellow and cozy this morning, but I also need to get some laundry done. So I'm kind of like balancing the two this morning, and we'll see what I get done. I did read 2 novellas from that novella collection, 2 more last night. I read the Julie Soto one, which was second act romance. Loved it. It was so fun. I do feel like the beginning was a little bit confusing with like the musical terms and stuff. Like, you were kind of just like thrown right into it, which I understand why. It's less than 100 pages, so you kind of have to like get a lot out there really quickly and like set the scene. But like the romance itself was very cute. I just loved the way that it all played out. It was so fun. And then I read Catherine Cowles's book, which was like the Death to Valentine's Day. I think that's what it was called. It was okay. It was like classic Catherine Cowles. There was like a murder mystery that we had to figure out. I do feel like the romance was like very quick. I don't feel like we needed a spicy scene in that book, because I don't know, it just like, I think it took away from some of like the connection or like the depth to the characters that you would get in a novella. Like, it's only 100 pages, like this is all you have, and she chose to spend a lot of that on like a spicy scene, and I don't feel like that was necessary. But to each their own. I think some people really loved it, and I think I'm gonna give it like a 3-star. I do feel like the murder mystery part, there's like when who did it is revealed, I'm like, that was really out of left field. Like, could not even figure that out. Like, almost too much out of left field. Sometimes I think she does that. Like, she pulls somebody out and you're like, that there were no clues, like absolutely no clues. And you gotta have something. Like, I need something, and I just didn't have anything on this person. So that was like that miffed me a little bit. And I ended up DNFing Trilina Pucci's, I think that's her name, the 4th one in this series, because I read like the first half chapter, I don't know, first 10 pages, and I was like, I'm not vibing with this, and I'm just not gonna read it, so it's fine. I'll read 5 of the 6. The last one is from Nevessa Allen, who wrote Lights Out, which is so fun. It is very spicy. I think this one is going to be spicy, but I'm curious as to like how she's going to play it out in this novella. So I'm going to read that one today too. And then I do want to get back to my other Catherine Cowles book. I'm still reading book 3 in the Sparrow Falls series. I kind of stopped that one to pick up these novellas, so I kind of need to get back into that. And I need to like catch up a little bit on my 31 books in 31 days. I think I'm at 18 books. Today is the 22nd, so I am a little bit behind. We gotta keep moving forward. So kind of lots of plans this morning. I sat down to say like I'm not gonna do anything, and then I spewed out like 7 things that I was gonna do. So we'll see what I actually do, but I'm gonna enjoy my first cup of coffee of the day, and I don't know, we'll see where the morning takes us.
have finished the novellas, the Amazon novellas. Well, the 5 that I'm going to read. The last one was Valentine's Sleigh by Navessa Allen. This was definitely the spiciest, but I feel like the spice kind of worked. Maybe it's just because I know her as an author. Like, I don't know, it just worked for me. I really liked the story. It's a lot darker than the rest of them, and maybe that's why the spice worked for me, because it gives it a little bit of a darker edge to the overall plot. And it was just like really unique and different, and I really enjoyed it. So overall, like, I think this has been the best collection of novellas from the Amazon like holiday collections that they've had. This has been my favorite series as a whole. So props to all the authors on this round. Like, really enjoyed all of the books that I read. So I'm like really happy. I've also almost caught up on 31 books in 31 days. I'm sitting at 20, 21, something like that. So I'm close. I did start a new audiobook today. I need to finish Conform. I have like 2 hours left on that, but my hold for the Hunger Games is about to expire like in the next 24 hours. So I need to like at least get a head start on that audiobook. I really wanted to listen to the whole audiobook. If I end up like losing it before I finish, then I will go to the physical copy, because I do have the physical copy, so it's not that hard, and it's a very fast read. But I do enjoy the audiobook, and I kind of just like want to be immersed in it right now. And like while I was listening to it, I was making brownies for a play date today, and I was like listening to it, and I was like, man, I just really want to watch the movie. And my husband and I have kind of been on this like movie kick where we keep watching adaptations of books we're reading. We watched People We Meet on Vacation. We finished all of the Lord of the Rings movies. My husband recently read all of the books, so we watched the movies after he finished every book, which was really fun. I'm like, ooh, now we're gonna do the Hunger Games. Like, it's just like a fun little thing that we're doing right now. So we'll be watching that very soon, because I feel like I'm going to finish this book very quickly. I mean, fingers crossed I can do it in the next 24 hours, but if not, I'll like speed through it, I know, in the next couple of days. So I'm gonna switch to this audiobook for the next little bit, and then I will go back to Conform when I don't have like a deadline hovering over my head, because I do have Conform. I didn't borrow it from the library, so I don't have to worry about a timeline or like an expiration date. So really loving my reread of the Hunger Games. I'm also feeling like a little bit of a break from romance, so I might finish my Catherine Cowles book and then jump to something else and like take a break on that series for now. I might pick up a fantasy book on my physical TBR. TBD, I'll let you know.
All right, it is a new day, and I think part of the reason why I felt so off this week is because I'm not in a routine, and I haven't been in a routine for like a week. So I need to just get back to it. Even if it's not like 100% full out, if I just like put the pieces into place, I think I'll feel like I'm getting my life together a little bit. So today I have already picked up the kitchen and like I've done a quick tidy from our morning routine, and the kid is at school. I'm going to work out. I haven't worked out in a couple of days. I think it'll help me feel better. I'm gonna do like an everything shower, which I think will also help me feel better. Or I do have to do like some YouTube work that I've been putting off, and I just need to do it. So I'm gonna do that, and then maybe do some reading. I did in fact finish The Hunger Games last night, which makes me so happy. I love that book. Like, I think I forgot how much I love it. I immediately want to go into Catching Fire. I do have a few audiobooks I need to finish before Catching Fire, so I'm gonna try to like work my way through some of those. First, we have to finish Conform. I have like 2.5 hours left on that, so that's the goal for today, is to finish Conform. And then I've got a few others that I need to get to before I can get to Catching Fire. So I think I'm just gonna be like audiobook heavy for the next, I don't know, week, which is totally fine. I think as I get into my routine, I will have more audiobook time, so that's actually kind of nice. But I do need to finish Conform today, and I would love to finish Broken Harbor. I think that's the third book in the Catherine Cowles series. I still have not finished that. I'm just like not as into it as I want to be. I think I keep like putting it down and starting something else, so I just need to like finish it. So those are my goals for today. Finish those 2 books, work out, get up a YouTube video, do some laundry, like just kind of like set those parameters for myself. I usually have like a pretty strict routine. So even if I don't do like a full clean, do something in my cleaning block, do some laundry, and then like do some YouTube work, do some reading, kind of like get myself back into like a little bit of a schedule, and it'll make me feel better. I am gonna make pizza tonight, so I need to make my pizza dough and make sure I have all the ingredients for that. So I don't know, I've got some things that I've got to do, but I'm trying to like ease back into it, but at least put those into like time blocks so that I feel like I'm back into a routine, if that makes any sense at all. So right now I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna start some laundry, and then we'll get our day going. And hopefully I will have another reading update for you today because I'm like desperate to finish a book. One of those books that I've been reading for so long. The aftermath of a leg day workout. My gosh, that was so hard. I've also got a load of laundry going. I've got my daily yogurt bowl. I'm gonna sit down and finish this episode of The Vampire Diaries that I've had on pause for like 2 months. So it's a great start to the morning so far. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my camera. The light is really funny and it's definitely my camera, not my light. But anyways, today actually went pretty well. I got quite a bit done, not as much reading done as I wanted to, but I am determined still to finish a book today. I got my YouTube video edited, which was great. I did some cleaning around the house. I did some laundry, which was excellent. And I actually forgot to make my pizza dough. I usually use this cookbook and I was really excited to make the sausage and ricotta pizza from this cookbook tonight, but this is probably like the easiest pizza dough recipe that I have found that I can do in like a couple of hours, but I just didn't get to it in time. So we're gonna have bagel pizzas tonight. It was my son's request. He loves bagel pizzas and I was like, perfect, that's so easy. So that's what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. We always have pizza and a movie night on Friday nights. He wants to watch the Dogman movie and I have seen that too many times. So I have to find like a good kids movie to watch tonight while we eat our pizzas. I also made brownies yesterday, you know this, and we have leftovers, so I'm going to have a brownie for dessert. I should have gotten ice cream. What was I thinking? Shoot. Oh well, too late. We'll just have a brownie, it's fine. So that is the dinner plan. I also have made a tea because my throat is feeling like a little bit scratchy, which is probably also why I'm not feeling 100%. So I'm gonna sip this tea and sit down for a few minutes to read before I have to get going on dinner. But my friend had Conform from the library and I was like, can I steal this and return it for you? Because it's due this weekend, but I have probably 70 pages left and on my audio, maybe 80 pages left. On my audio, it's like almost 2 hours left and that's just too long. Like I can read this in an hour, if not less. So I'm just gonna like breeze through this tonight. I will finish Conform today and I will let you know my final thoughts. I am enjoying this. It was funny, I was talking with my girlfriends who have finished this book this week and both of them were like, it was good. It wasn't like anything unique. And I was like, yeah, I feel like it's not bad. I'm not disliking it. Like I'm having a good time, but it's just not like anything new. It's not anything unique. It's not anything super interesting. Like I've seen this film before. Like I've read a lot of dystopian in my time and I feel like there's nothing too unique here. I also feel like for me, the three main characters all feel very vanilla to me. And I'm hoping that this goes in a specific direction for the rest of the series. I have like in my mind how I want it to go with these characters and I'm hoping that works. But if it doesn't, if it stays the way that it's going now, I'm just like, this is kind of boring. Like the characters themselves are boring and I just need them to have a little bit more substance. I need them to have a little bit more pull, a little bit more nuance, and I'm just not getting that right now. So that's my hope for this. We'll see. I still have 80 pages left, so that could completely change, but both of them have finished this book and they were saying the same thing, so I think not. But I have hope for book 2. Barring nothing horrible happens that makes me hate this book by the end, I will pick up book 2 when it comes out, whenever that is. I don't know. I don't know if this is a duology, a trilogy. I have no idea. But I'll continue this series if it keeps going like in an upward trajectory, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna sit down right now and get some pages in before I have to start dinner, and then I'll give you my final thoughts when I'm done. Last night I did in fact finish Conform, and as I said, I borrowed this from my friend who got it from the library, so I was able to like breeze through the last 80 to 100 pages of this book, and I don't really have anything new to say. It was kind of fun. I was talking with another friend who read this book this week, and we were just talking about like, I don't know, there's nothing bad to say about this book necessarily, but there's nothing like new under the sun here, and I feel like I am intrigued by the last couple of chapters and the epilogue. I reread the epilogue like 3 times to try to figure out whose POV it was. And I have a couple of thoughts, but I think it kind of hooked me for book 2. I think there's a lot of potential here. I'm just not sure that this is like a 5-star read for me, which is totally fine. I love that there's potential. I feel like a lot of the characters were very vanilla, and I think that there are a couple of different directions this author can take some of these characters, which could be really cool. I'm just hoping she does that. Like, I want to see something new and cool in book 2. So I don't know, I will definitely keep going with the series. I think I gave this like a 3.5. It's probably more like a 3, to be honest with you, but I think the ending like hooked me enough to want to keep going, so that's why I gave it a 3.5. I don't know if it matters, but I am still working my way through Broken Harbor. There's just something about this book that's not grabbing me, unfortunately, so I'm wanting to finish that this weekend. It's Saturday night and we do have movie plans tonight. Last night we watched The Hunger Games, which I was so happy we watched right after reading The Hunger Games. It was really nice to compare, and I can't wait to jump into Catching Fire to watch Catching Fire next. I mean, I'm just like so happy we're doing this like book to movie adaptation thing right now. It's just like, it's really fun and different, and I'm having the best time. So I'm really glad we watched that last night. We were both like not super focused on like the movie. We weren't like, let's like lock in and engage in a movie. Like, we weren't in the headspace for that, so we ended up watching a movie we had already seen before, which is totally fine. But tonight we are locking in. We are watching something new. We're gonna watch Sinners, and I'm excited but nervous at the same time. I rented this movie from the library. I can't remember if I've talked about this in this vlog, but I rented this movie from the library, and then it got like 16 nominations for the Oscars, and I'm so glad I rented it when I did, because I feel like this is going to be a hot commodity. So I'm glad I was able to rent that, and yeah, so we're gonna watch it tonight. I don't know, I'm not usually like a horror girl, so I'm hoping that this one will not be too bad. But because of that, I'm probably not going to do a ton of reading tonight. I did stay up kind of late to finish Conform last night after watching The Hunger Games. So I don't know, I'm probably not going to read after the movie, and I'm going to have to finish Broken Harbor tomorrow, which is kind of a bummer because I kind of wanted to end this vlog today, but we're going to go one more day because I really don't feel like I can leave you on a cliffhanger for Broken Harbor. I've been talking about this book like every day because I have not yet finished it, and I want to give you my final thoughts. So we're gonna have to keep going. I will finish this book tomorrow. I will end the vlog tomorrow when I finish this book, and we'll get this vlog up. But I'm just like happy that I did in fact finish Conform yesterday, and I'm just excited to like, I don't know, keep going in my reading. I'm excited to pick up new books because I feel like I've been reading these 2 for so long, but at the same time I read like 6 other books this week, so I need to like give myself a little bit of grace. So those are tonight's plans, and hopefully I will have a conclusion for you when I finish Broken Harbor tomorrow. All right, we can finally wrap up this vlog because I finished Broken Harbor yesterday. Let's give me a round of applause, please. It's been forever. I'm not sure I even gave you a synopsis about this book, but we're following one of the brothers in the Sparrow Falls family, Copeland. He is a professional hockey player, and the FMC is a baker. She owns the bakery in town. She's got a son. She's a single mom, and they've both got some trauma from their past. And I think the main thing for this book is they realize or like show each other that they are both worthy of love regardless of their past. So that was very sweet. I did like Copeland's like father figure relationship with her son, and I don't know. I think the thing with Catherine Cowles for me is like, she's a little bit cheesy, and I can't read too much back to back, and I think 3 in a row is a lot for me, so that was probably on me. But the thing that really gets me with Catherine Cowles is like the romance plus the suspense. Like, I love that combination. So maybe I just need to find more romantic suspense authors to try that maybe aren't a little bit too cheesy. I don't know. I just like, I was reading some of the lines and some of the spicy scenes, and I was like, it's a little it's a little cheesy for me, which is how I felt about her Valentine's novella too. So maybe this is just a me thing and I just can't read that many back to back, which is totally fine. I think I ended up giving this like 3 stars. The suspense aspect for me was not as strong in this book as it was in the previous 2 books in this series. Overall, I am enjoying this series. I just think I need to take a little bit of a break. So I'm gonna need to bounce genres a little bit. I think we need to read some fantasy. I think we need to like take a step back from all of the romance that I've been reading. I read 9 books this week, which is kind of incredible. And I think I read one that I didn't even talk about in this vlog, which was the graphic novel of To All the Boys I Loved Before. I did have an arc of this. It took me like 30 minutes. It was so cute. It was so sweet. I think I had the movie in my mind the whole time I was reading it. And honestly, I was like, now I need to watch the movie. So these like book to movie adaptations, I think is just like my new thing for 2026. I'm having the best time. But 9 books, and I did almost black out my bingo board for the Silly Goose Girl Rat Readathon, which makes me so happy. And I just like had the best time this week. It was a really fun readathon to do and just like be silly, goofy, and like, you know, be cozy. And that was really awesome. I didn't read as much as I anticipated reading, which is totally on me. I don't know. I was just in a funky space and I doom scrolled a lot, I'm gonna be honest. So I think that's pretty typical and like normal these days. I have to find ways to like be helpful and do what I can and be informed, but not totally, I don't know. It's a weird balance for me. So I've got to find a good balance there because I haven't had that balance this year. So we're going to find that balance, whether that's like turning off my phone at a certain time at night and putting it away, knowing that whatever is on there will be there for me the next day. So I don't know, I need to find some boundaries. I also need to finish 31 books in 31 days. I am almost caught up. I'm now like 1 book behind because it's a new day. So that's what we'll be focusing on in the next vlog. But I don't know, I'm feeling good about it. We just gotta like get to reading. So we've got a lot of reading to do in the next week. So make sure to check out that vlog. I also need to give my final thoughts on Sinners because I told you we were watching that and then I didn't tell you how I felt about it. I really enjoyed this movie. I think my friend told me it was like a genre bending movie, which I absolutely agree with. I love that phrase. I do feel like the horror aspect was a little bit campy to me, honestly. Like the horror scene, like the main horror scene was a little bit campy to me. I really enjoyed it. I'm not like the biggest movie buff. I can't really like compare movies and I haven't seen a lot of the movies that are up for Oscars this year. I really enjoyed it. 16 nominations, that's a lot, but like the acting was really great. The directing was great. I love the storytelling. Like I think it was a really enjoyable movie and I kind of went on a deep dive after we watched it just to like dig into some of the themes and the different scenes that I had questions on. So I like when movies do that. I like kind of thinking about it a little bit more and my husband really liked it too. So I'm glad we ended up watching it. But that is the conclusion of today's vlog. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful day and hopefully I will catch you in the next one very soon. Bye.